Hello and welcome to episode number 1 of the transfer roundup. आज हम पहली बार जब स्टार्ट कर रहे हैं, we are starting with the familiar face, which is रोशन भाई. रोशन भाई, as we all know, अपने LFC अहमदाबाद के member है और with us, he is very much associated with the growth of IFP over the last 2.5 years. So much so जब रोशन भाई की शादी हुई थी अभी रिसेंटली, तो उन्होंने शादी का लिंक भी भेजा था and we were planning to do a watch along on it. But yeah, welcome to the show, रोशन भाई. It's great to have you here.
Yeah.
बहुत सारे गॉसिप चल रही है ट्रांसफर रिलेटेड अभी मार्केट में.
Hmm.
Lots of things going on here and there. अभी ज्यादा एक्टिविटी हुई नहीं है वैसे कॉन्क्रीट कोई लिवरपूल की साइड से. आर यू
Hmm.
अ बिट डिसअपॉइंटेड और डू यू थिंक अभी एडवर्ड्स आ गए हैं तो कोई नहीं हो जाएगा इवेंचुअली करके?
I feel ऑलरेडी बहुत सारे साइनिंग्स हमने लास्ट ईयर किए, तो मेनली उन लोग को इंटीग्रेट करना इम्पोर्टेंट है. अभी अभी विद लाइक अभी आई मीन टेक्निकली डार्विन 2 साल से है, बट ही स्टिल नीड्स टू इंटीग्रेट. Gakpo has shown that he is playing in the wrong position in Liverpool completely. He's not a number 10, and World
या
Cup is sort of bringing that out. And that is a problem because if he wants to play on wings, then right wing, left wing already काफी सारे लोग हैं. So maybe wingers is not something that we should be looking for, to be honest.
राइट.
Center back चाहिए और एक defensive midfielder for sure. So I think that should be the case. But yeah, I mean, I feel like uh, Michael Edwards के आने के बाद, you don't feel that pressure कि ठीक है, if
या
they find a target, they will find someone for sure. I mean, we found Firmino, like, पता नहीं, I wasn't expecting Firmino, but हम लोग for some reason Brazil जाके हमने वो deal finalize करी.
हाँ, राइट
So
राइट.
if it needs to be done, I think we can get it done. But yeah, it is interesting that other clubs are still getting stronger. Like Arsenal is also going for some defensive recruits and things like
या
that.
कैलाफियोरी एक प्लेयर
Calafiori
है
का,
इटली.
हाँ,
हाँ.
right.
या. I'm
So
surprised. I'm surprised we aren't in for him because we were rumored to be in for him, but I
yeah,
don't think we are a concrete name now.
but again, do we really need like a left-sided center back or no? If Virgil van Dijk is still playing and if he's going to
Yeah.
be the captain, then maybe is साल नहीं. I guess that's the
हाँ.
only reason that you could say.
But like रोशन भाई, मैटिप को भी तो रिप्लेस करना है. मैटिप has left the club. I know he was injured एक पॉइंट के बाद काफी, but एक फोर्थ सेंटर हाफ तो चाहिए ना, कंसीडरिंग जो गोमेज राइट बैक ही खेल रहा है प्रीडोमिनेटली अब.
I think that might change. Because the
अच्छा.
reason is, yeah, I feel like hopefully Calvin Ramsey, how fit he is and things like that.
हाँ. ब्रैडली भी तो अच्छा कर रहा है.
Bradley भी अच्छा कर रहा है, and I don't
हाँ.
think I don't think that Arne Slot will play him as a midfielder,
हम्म.
because if he's getting if he's in touch with other rumor if we are rumored to get other midfielders, then I mean it's a clear indication that we probably will play back four,
या.
and then Trent might go back to his traditional right back position. So उस
राइट.
हिसाब से देखोगे तो I guess that is the reason you're not going for a center back, because then Joe Gomez is not doing a right back. He's more center back now. And yeah, I think currently, even after Matip leaving, I'm not very concerned about our back four. Maybe एक दो आ जाए तो एक आ जाए तो भी अच्छा, but I mean Kwanzaa has been doing really well, so I mean he needs. I feel like he could probably just start with Van Dijk, and it could be a new era of defensive, like Liverpool mein, where Kwanzaa gets to learn more from Van Dijk, and then he
राइट
becomes the more established centre back. But
राइट.
I think we'll see a lot of things that will work out. But yeah, मेरे हिसाब से I don't feel that Klopp had to do that transition for Trent because बहुत सारी injuries थी and we needed
या या.
more midfield bodies than
एब्सोल्युटली. हाँ हाँ.
right back. So maybe those things will be better, like McAllister, Endo, Soboslai. A
Yeah,
lot
would
of
be a
these
thing.
players will be more fit, and then therefore you will have more choice to play with.
I agree. A new word joins his hands. मुझे भी क्या his or her hands. मैं ये बोलना चाहूंगा कि आपके शायद कोई जापानीज प्लेयर की बात कर रहे हो, शायद को वो के लिए कर रहे हो, इसलिए you are sending this emoji. But yeah, even I agree that at this point of time, a center half is a good luxury to have. एक और आता है. But I think uh, uh, winger is someone that on the right, which I think I would prefer, like someone who can play on the right or on the left, because एंथनी गॉर्डन की बात हुई थी अभी रिसेंटली. आई माई सेल्फ वॉज वेरी हैप्पी अगर वो आता, मतलब तो खैर अभी भी आ सकता है, ऐसा नहीं है. अभी भी
Hmm.
जो ल्यूक एडवर्ड्स है जो करस्पॉन्डेंट है न्यूकासल का, उसने भी काफी बोला है कि हिज हेड इज इन अ मेस एंड कुछ भी हो सकता है एंड ये सब चीजें. And there are a lot of reasons. I wish we had put in more effort before the sorry United जो न्यूकासल यूनाइटेड की PSR वाली डेडलाइन थी. I wish हम लोग तभी खरीद लेते उसे. But I
Hmm.
think if Luis Diaz goes, और वैसे भी another winger would be a good step. मतलब आपको क्या लगता है? Is a winger a priority for you?
So again, it depends, right? Agar Arne Slot wants Cody Gakpo to play that number 10, then
हाँ.
yes, we would need a winger because Jota is injury prone. He could get injured. And assuming if Darwin plays through center, then the only place Jota has is the wing, is
हाँ.
the left wing, essentially.
Yeah. Yeah.
So again, I guess maybe yeah, I'm not really sure ये Luis Diaz का क्या चक्कर है. Is he really going to Barcelona or like मतलब
I
क्या है?
think वही है कि if Barcelona had the money, they might have gone for him. That's my view on it. मतलब my personal view on it.
Maybe next year he might want to go, thinking
तब तो
कि like
29 का हो जाएगा, फर्क भी नहीं पड़ता है. 28 9 का हो जाएगा. आई वुड बी हैप्पी टू सी हिम गो अगर ऐसा है तो.
uh, the only reason Anthony Gordon is a surprise for me is because हमारे पास नेचुरली तीन विंगर्स हैं. जस्ट हम लोग
हाँ.
उनको थोड़ा आउट ऑफ पोजीशन खिला रहे हैं बेस्ड ऑन हाउ वी वांट देम टू प्ले.
राइट राइट.
So again, it also depends. See, the problem is I Soboslai का समझ नहीं आ रहा, in the sense that
हम्म.
he was supposed to be that midfield link up
या.
and things like that, and it hasn't panned out that way with injury also.
I think
So maybe he's
after his injury, he was very hot and cold. Especially
hmm.
after his injury, he wasn't the same player anymore. नहीं?
I feel the most disappointed I was with his dribbling, that he has a
हाँ.
very one dimensional dribbling. His first touch is a little loose. I mean,
हम्म.
his closing down is fine. Like he is really active on the field, but I feel he takes a lot more time on the ball, and that Premier League does not give you the luxury of maybe Bundesliga mein and like
हम्म.
Austrian leagues where you could just probably, I mean, assuming he's coming from like Salzburg to Leipzig and
हाँ हाँ
तो
हाँ
वैसे
हाँ हाँ.
देखा गया तो maybe those leagues allow you that much time to like be on the ball, but Premier League is
Right.
very difficult and fast, and so maybe his gameplay might change, थोड़ा adapt होगा. The reason I say that is because we want a center attacking midfielder. Like we really need a cam who is like in between the two pivots and the three forwards, or like essentially one center forward and the wings. And Harvey Elliott को उतना नहीं खिलाया उस position में. He's still playing predominantly as a winger. So the reason I'm saying that is because if we go for a cam, we don't need a winger. But if you want either of these players to play a cam, then yes, we need a winger.
Do you think Harvey Elliott plays as a cam? Because I think he has been one of our most creative players in the last couple of seasons, and he has
I
created a
think
lot of chances. मतलब वैसे for us.
huh. No, I agree completely that I think he came in as like, let's say, a younger replacement for Salah.
Hmm.
But the ideal situation would have been कि like वो Harvey Elliott आया एक साल उसने अच्छा खेला and then Salah
Hmm.
goes the next year and then he
वही.
gets
I
into
know.
that. But Salah is not
हाँ.
going anywhere for next year. So if Harvey Elliott wants to regularly play for Liverpool, I would think that he should be in that cam position more, and he does well in that position. The only problem is his physicality. So
Yeah.
that's the only downside of like having but again, Iago has played in that cam position with such
हाँ,
like same build, if you want to say. So
yeah.
I feel Harvey Elliott should definitely be a more creative player. I don't think he's a winger in the sense that मतलब ठीक
He
है उसमें
isn't that
पेस
quick.
है.
He isn't that quick though. Not
Yeah,
Diaz
he's
सारा
not
quick.
very quick either, but he's really good with dribbling. He's really good with shooting outside the box, from outside the box, and he'll get that
हाँ,
chance only if he's playing more central than like on the wing.
yeah, yeah. That I agree. We have also been linked with Eze from Crystal Palace. काफी
Hmm.
ज्यादा आजकल. मतलब there have been there have been reports that there have been contacts from Liverpool side
Hmm.
to his agents, to his staff. Do you think he would be a good signing considering we have someone like Eze, considering we have someone like Elliot at the club, Carvalho might still be seen one more time. Do you think it makes a lot of sense to buy someone like Eze?
I like him. I genuinely
Huh,
like him.
same.
Like he's played well for Crystal Palace and the game against Slovenia. Like he came and
Hmm.
he changed the way that wing was being like played
Yeah,
on. Like,
yeah.
he brought some energy to the game. So I really like
Right.
him.
Mm.
I don't think it's a bad thing to have more competition. So if people like Fabio Carvalho and Elliot have to stamp their authority on a playing 11 position in the squad, then maybe it's better to have a player come in. And if he's coming in cheap, then why not? That's the most important thing, right? Like you can't have a 50 million player sitting on the bench. So if he's coming for like 20,
Yeah,
30
especially at
million,
a club like Liverpool. Huh.
yeah.
Huh.
And so I think it would be a good buy. I would really rate him really high up there currently.
Makes sense.
And
Makes sense.
also, I think he fits this profile where you want this player for like because he's English also. हमारा English quota थोड़ा कम है
हाँ,
for Premier League का जो requirement है of English quota. So I,
वही. I
I
mean,
feel that would be a good fit in that sense.
even I feel that obviously that's the reason we are targeting players like Gordon also. Other wingers have also been linked on the right hand side. Samaravit, of course, is a player who is right footed and plays on the left predominantly. Bakayoko का नाम सुना होगा आपने,
Mhm.
जो जोहान बायो बाकायोको है, काफी लेफ्ट फुटेड है. Players like that have been linked. Do you see a deal for Somerville or Bakayoko coming in, considering they would come in at a relatively cheaper price than, say, someone like a Quaritz Kelly or a Gordon type of player?
Mm. I mean, Crescencio Somerville is nice. I really
Hmm.
like him. Again, didn't see a full potential because Leeds में खेल रहा है तो obviously you don't have that
Ah,
much of a creative output. But
yeah.
I do rate him high. It would be a good buy if we could get him. I think
Mhm.
the good thing with Liverpool's current scenario is like we I don't know, maybe it's like a Michael Edwards thing where he's like people are more calm about like last year at this point we were like कौन सा player ले रहे
Yeah.
हो, we were like flooded with this whole June July was like a very hectic season.
वही.
So, I mean, Somerville, yes. Bakayoko, I'm not really sure. अब मैंने देखा नहीं है उसका खेलते हुए, so I would not comment on it. But yeah, I think Somerville का तो बहुत पहले से ही आ गया था. In fact, when Liverpool were sort of linked with Slot, he was not even like rumor चल रहा था कि Arne Slot will come to Liverpool. उसी time पे
Yeah.
almost like within that week came कि Arne Slot wants to get Somerville to Liverpool.
Somerville, ना? हाँ,
Hmm.
right.
So
I
it
think the
may,
Dutch connection might help too,
yeah,
considering.
good.
I think that might help. In fact, you are right because Michael Edwards की वजह से calmness तो है last season. मुझे पता नहीं नाम क्यों नहीं याद आ रहा उस बंदे का. एक बंदा आया था जो वुल्सबर्ग से आया था. Who was a
Hmm.
transfer guy. I am not recalling the name for some reason. I don't know why. तो उसका मुझे याद है बेचारा प्लेयर खरीदता भी था. शोबसलाई मैकलिस्टर भी मतलब कि everyone was like release clause merchant है, कोई negotiate नहीं कर रहा, ये नहीं कर रहा, वो नहीं कर रहा. I'm kind of happy that at this point people have the trust in Edwards because then the whole transfer window gets very chaotic. Even Kai Saito के केस में it was such a sad time for Liverpool fans all over. मतलब इतना ही कटा था उसमें रोमियो लाविया के लिए इतना टाइम बिट करते रहे. So I
Hmm.
remember there were a lot of problems last summer.
I
Also
think
coming,
I think this
हाँ
restructure will really help. That
हाँ
the other thing is that now you can like put full blame on a person. पहले ऐसा
हम्म,
होता था कि आधा प्लेयर क्लॉप को चाहिए, आधा मतलब इन द सेंस दैट लाइक द इन्वेस्टमेंट ऑन वन प्लेयर इज नॉट फुली एंड सोली ऑन वन पर्सन.
Yeah, absolutely.
अभी अभी दैट इज द केस राइट. अभी मैनेजर का काम है सिर्फ कोच करना. Not he
Hmm.
is not even a manager. He's head coach now, so you have to get
Yeah.
used to that structure. So yeah, I think it will be mm, interesting to see how things go. Agar Michael Edwards, like I mean, obviously he hasn't put a foot wrong in Liverpool's history, but who knows, you know?
Yeah, that, I agree. Matlab, there is always a possibility.
Mm.
Also, we have been linked with players like Lenny Yoro, एक बहुत ही अच्छा प्लेयर है
Mm.
जिसको रियल मैड्रिड आई थिंक ले जाएगी. आई थिंक वही वर्ली साइनिंग है समझ लीजिए जो रियल ले जाती है.
Mm.
Calafiori, of course, I think he is as good as gone to Arsenal. Other players have also been linked. एक player है जर्मनी का विलियम पैचो नाम है शायद उसका. वो भी लिंक हुआ है. मतलब देयर हैव बीन सेंटर हाफ बीइंग लिंक्ड. डू यू सी एनी ऑफ देम जॉइनिंग इन? मतलब आपने जैसे बताया कि इतनी नीड नहीं है शायद सेंटर हाफ की, बट डू यू सी अ प्लेयर इन द डिफेंस लाइक अ सेंटर हाफ और इवन जैसे आइट वो वुल्सबर्ग का लेफ्ट बैक है. Nauri, I think if I'm not pronouncing the name wrong. So players like that have been linked. Do you think a left back or a centre half makes sense in the current scenario?
Left back, left back makes sense, but again,
अगर सिमिकल चाहते हैं तो.
exactly.
हाँ. हाँ.
But again, I haven't seen anything strong where like Simicas जाने वाला है ऐसा तो कुछ समझ में नहीं आ रहा. So
हम्म.
I mean, if you just want someone to be snagged, yes. But ऐसे तो I don't think we need a left back because whenever unfortunately last year both were injured at a point तो वहाँ पे थोड़ा problem हो गया था.
Yeah,
But
I think Gomez did very well this time.
yeah. So, but
That
agar
was it.
assuming only one is injured over the other, then I don't think we need like a left back situation. हमारा इतना खराब है. I don't think so. Uh, Center back, I was trying to follow some Euros games, and मैं देखना चाह रहा. मेरे को actually, if we want somebody from Crystal Palace, I would definitely take Joachim Anderson, अगर if he's
Oh,
available, you know, as a center
yeah, yeah.
back.
उनके पास वो भी
I
तो
would.
मार्क गुही भी तो है. वो भी तो अच्छा प्लेयर है.
Mark Guay bhi hai, and I mean, yeah, there are some certain players who have been doing well. I don't know if you have watched England games. I'm not convinced with Mark Guay yet, but
Okay.
Anderson has been doing really well. Unfortunately, ठीक है बाहर हो गया, but
हाँ.
that's not the point, right? So yeah, let's see. एक center back तो चाहिए though,
Makes
and
sense.
um, not even not have not heard about Reese Williams at all. So उसका क्या scene
Yeah.
है? Is he still around and things like that?
He
You
is,
know.
but I don't think they trust him that much anymore because I think wherever he has had his stint, कहीं इंजरी रही है, कहीं परफॉर्मेंस में खेला नहीं है, तो I think that has been a problem.
Hmm.
My last question to you in today's segment would be about a defensive midfielder. So we have been linked with Matt's Weiffer link where we have been trying to, hijack Brighton's deal for him.
Hmm.
30 million euros key. Now, statistically, he's one of the best defensive midfielders in the world, right, in Europe right now.
Hmm.
And if you look at his FB ref वाला पेज उस पे भी you will see कि काफी एकदम टॉप 90 परसेंटाइल से ऊपर भी रैंक करता है 95 98 में काफी टैकल्स में इंटरसेप्शंस में.
Hmm.
Other players like Atalanta का Ederson है, he has been linked, and there
Yeah.
have been other players who have been linked in for a defensive midfielder role. With Bacetic coming back in, है ना, or Endo of course. I know he's aging, but he's still of course a player who can do a Milner sort of a role. Do you think
Yeah.
we need another good defensive midfielder?
Hmm. We do. We definitely need a defensive midfielder. Someone like a Fabinho. We need
Hmm.
where we could probably leave the whole midfield open and like Fabinho would just take care of it. So
Yeah.
if we are thinking of playing a little bit more attacking football, and then you need a little bit more protection, and
Yeah.
in times where that player is a little further ahead, you want them to be good attacking as well. So definitely defensive midfielder to chahiye, because Endo has done well, but he's definitely more substitute on player.
But
Like
he has his limitations. Matlab, he is good, but he has his limitations.
I don't. Yeah, again, you can use him either defensively or attackingly. He's good attacking also. If you have looked at
हाँ,
his passing range, he has that.
या फेबिन्यो से बेटर है उसकी पासिंग रेंज.
Right.
हाँ.
Bicetic का पता नहीं how quickly he recovers. I mean, he's training, but like full match fitness and all of
हम्म,
that will play a role. So definitely need a defensive midfielder. Matt Weiffer, I'm looking at his stats right now. It's pretty amazing.
है ना.
I mean, crazy that he's going to. He
Brighton.
would choose to go to Brighton. If Liverpool comes around, hopefully the Arne Slot factor. Again, it depends. Has he been spotted by? Is it a Arne Slot recommendation or is it a Michael Edwards
Michael Edwards
recommendation?
recommendation.
Right.
हाँ, makes sense.
So that could also be a thing. Maybe we think 30 million is too much for him at this moment. So
इसके मैंने
not really
जैसे जब भी
sure.
स्टार्ट्स देखे मुझे लगता है कि यार इसके तो 50 मिलियन भी दे सकते हैं बिकॉज
No,
ही लुक्स सो गुड
absolutely.
ऑन पेपर.
Yeah.
हाँ.
Hopefully, Ederson ka, I think
या
he said that
फेब्रिजो
he's
रोमानो
happy at
सेट काफी
Atlanta, right? He said
राइट.
he. So I'm not sure if that will materialize. I'm trying to think और कौन से defensive midfielders हैं of late जो.
मेनली तो यही दोनों लिंक हुए हैं अभी एट दिस पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम
Hmm.
लिवरपूल से. अदर देन दैट तो और सारे तो मतलब आई डोंट थिंक देयर इज एनी कॉन्क्रीट नेम व्हिच इज बीइंग लिंक्ड डिफेंसिवली बिकॉज नंबर 8 तो बहुत है लिवरपूल के पास एट द मोमेंट. सो
Hmm.
दोज हैव बीन द ओनली कपल ऑफ नेम्स व्हिच हैव बीन रियली लिंक्ड. Of course, Bruno Guimaraes की मतलब there were links, but I think 100 million का release clause है वो I don't think कोई पे करने को तैयार है. And of course, then there are other players like Douglas Luiz was linked for quite some time. Now he has gone to Juventus.
Hmm.
So that is out of question. तो वही सब चलता है in terms of defensive midfielders.
Yeah, नहीं
बाकी
defensive midfielder definitely चाहिए because then that sort of frees away McAllister's defensive role. Like for
absolutely.
Argentina, he plays so much more attacking, and so for Liverpool, because हमारे पास defensive midfielder नहीं है, उसको करना पड़ता है. And I don't
Right.
think that is just doing justice to his ability. Be-
Yeah.
So yes, definitely defensive midfielder चाहिए. Hopefully, there is some more traction in that specific position.
Yeah. Absolutely. Anyway, that is it on today's transfer roundup. Thank you guys for joining in. Keep liking the Indie Football podcast and whatever stuff LFC Ahmedabad also puts out. Also, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. काफी मेहनत कर रहे हैं हम आजकल. तो यार मैं sympathy वो नहीं लूंगा यहाँ पे कि हम I wasn't really well तब भी मैं आया. But I would say yeah, I love doing this and it's always great to host Roshan Bhai here, who's always a gentleman, always
Absolutely. Would
lovely to
love
have
to.
you here. So yeah, thank you,
Okay.
Roshan Bhai, for coming.
Same.
I will keep doing these segments regularly. So yeah, thank you so much. And yeah, take care. Bye bye, guys. And please
Bye.
keep following the Indie Football Podcast. Thank you.
Bye.